This report is brought to you by Rhodes.
When you're frozen Brussels sprouts, you get used to being cold and ignored. I sit here watching the Rhodes Warm and Serve dinner rolls fly out of the freezer section. They're a big hit. What I wouldn't give to be that popular.
Rhodes Warm and Serve dinner rolls. The best thing in your grocer's freezer and the best thing to have on hand in yours. Rhodes.
From Bright House Networks Traffic Center, looks like the interstates are in pretty good shape. They cleared the accident from westbound I-4 22nd Street all off to the side. May see a little delay on the Selman in the connector construction zone. And we're just getting rid of a disabled vehicle westbound on the Polk Parkway around to Airport Road that's taking up a travel lane. In Dade City at Clinton Avenue and US 301, there's a crash. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-545-9595.
And here's our forecast. Maybe a sprinkle or two this afternoon, otherwise partly sunny, going up to about 75. Tonight down to about 55 with patchy fog after midnight. Tomorrow becoming mostly sunny and 78. Right now 64 in Tampa, Plant City, and Clearwater, 65 in St. Petersburg under cloudy skies. 11:06 at 12:50 winds, WHNZ, Dow in the red by 27 points, NASDAQ up a couple, S&P 500 ahead by 3/4 of a point. College basketball tonight, Florida at UConn. Tip-off at 7 o'clock. It's here on 1250 WHNZ.
The opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during the following program are not those of WHNZ AM, its staff, management, or parent company, Clear Channel Communications Incorporated.
Welcome to the Caregiver Hour on 1250 WINS WHNZ, offering support for those who care for a loved one. A show that cares about you and supports and encourages you, the caregiver. Here's your host, Kim Linder.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Caregiver Hour radio show. We hope you've enjoyed your holidays. And we are back now in town. I visited some family up north, and it was wonderful. It was cold, and I got a cold, and so now I'm nursing that. But I'm so thrilled to be here. And it just shows you the strength of caregivers, how we just feel so empowered to really make an impact, make a difference in the lives of those who we care for. But we also need to take care of ourselves. And really, this show is about that gentle reminder of having that information, resources, and guidance available to us. And that's why this show is available 24/7 for you to tune in whenever it's convenient for you. We want to, the holidays are a big time, and we don't want to ignore them, so we're going to embrace them. And I'm so happy to be embracing them with our two guests today. It's making your holidays the best they can be. And our guests today are Aarene Alessi, Director of Business Development at University Village. And University Village is a one-of-a-kind place. And I had the opportunity to visit University Village over the summer at a wonderful networking event and had a tour. And Aarene does a fabulous job really representing the University Village philosophy. I met seniors that live there who raved about it. And then I also was able to see and experience all the different aspects of what they provide. And so I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to talk about the holidays, because I'm sure that they dress it up for the holidays. And we also have Jim Harris, who is an LCSW CEO at North Tampa Behavioral Health. And that's also a very interesting place. And I just went for a tour there, and they really are providing a much-needed service for our community. And our residents who live here, our family members who need a lot of support when there are really emotional and mental issues happening in our lives, and we just don't know where to go to. It's just so wonderful that Jim and his team at North Tampa Behavioral Health have come up to being part of our community to really include people. So it's more of an inclusive philosophy rather than exclusive or keeping people away. They want to bring and embrace that people do have issues in their lives, and they're here to help us. And we always want to know where to go for that information, resources, and guidance. That's why we're so thrilled that Jim Harris is here today with us. And we'll talk about the holidays, too, because I'm sure they have the holidays and how they're handling the holidays while their patients or residents are living there at that time. If you have any questions for us, you want to write down this number because something may pop up and you're like, oh, I've been wanting to ask someone this question. I didn't know who to ask. It's our toll-free number during the show is 1-877-897-8255. And you can email us also, kim@thecaregiverhour.com with any questions you may have. But we invite you to call us toll-free. Again, that number is 1-877-897-8255. We have a helpline. This helpline really is there to help our caregivers know that there's someone on the other line 24/7. If they have a question about where to go for rehab, where to go for a pharmacy that can deliver to their home or to their facility, where to go for elder law. Maybe there's been a case of abuse or neglect and you want to know where to go to. This is also can be an issue, and we want you to know that there are elder law attorneys who specialize in this and who can help you. Or if you have a child with a disability and maybe you're an aging caregiver and you're not sure who's going to take care of your loved one if something happens to you, this is a perfect opportunity to really connect with us. And also about those important papers that so many of us need to have in place as we are aging. But you also have people there about adult daycare centers. You have people there with home care. If someone is traveling, how to travel, like what's the guidelines on travel this time of year with your loved one. So I really want you to know this Caregivers Resource Helpline is available 24/7, and that is a toll-free number. It's 1-877-552-4950, and that really should be available on your phone, at work, in your car, especially places where you go to look for help and have that as important papers. And I really bring all of this to you because there is such a wonderful community here that really cares about not just the person who needs the care, but also the caregiver. And this show really brings it all to the surface for you. So I want to bring on our first guest, Aarene Alessi, Director of Business Development at University Village. So Aarene, welcome to the Caregiver Hour.
Hi, Kim. Thank you so much for having us.
Well, you're very welcome. Why don't we talk a little about who you are, in case someone is watching the show or listening for the first time, and they want to know who you are because maybe they'll come to a networking event or maybe they'll want to move their parents in or find out more information. Tell us who you are and tell us about University Village.
Okay, well, great. My name is Aarene Alessi. I've been the Director of Business Development and at University Village for just over 10 years.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. Thank you. It's an incredible place to work. What we always say is it really becomes like extended family, not just for the residents that live there, but for the employees as well. University Village is a continuing care retirement community. So we offer independent living, assisted living, skilled nursing, and rehabilitation all on our big, beautiful campus. And we say campus because we're right down the street from the University of South Florida. We're a satellite for USF. We are very all-inclusive. A lot of our residents feel it's like living on a cruise ship that doesn't leave the port.
Yeah. Let's talk about that concept, having USF be a satellite for USF. Tell me a little more about that because I find that to be intriguing.
Absolutely. That is wonderful to be so close to the University of South Florida. We host a lot of the lifelong learning classes right on our campus. So our residents go back and forth to the university. They can take the bull runner if they'd like to. But it's nice, the theory behind University Village is masterpiece living. And what that is successful living. Our goal at University Village is to help our residents live better, longer. So to do that, our goal is to keep them engaged, not just physically, but socially, spiritually, and intellectually. So I know that as we talk about the holidays today, the social component is very important and one of our key components at University Village.
I want to also tell you, people are living longer, and I understand that they want to age well. The seniors that attended this networking event were vibrant, and they were working on projects, and they were trying to get us enlisted and working on the projects with them. I thought that was sensational. Yeah. Tell me a little more about who lives there.
Our residents at University Village come from all over. We have a very cultured community, so we have a lot of retired physicians, educators, veterans, very well traveled. residents that live there. The way our community works is we are a purchase-in community, so we're a life care community. So once those residents move into University Village in the independent living, they have put a plan in place for the rest of their life, whether it be for assisted living and skilled nursing. They're putting that plan in place themselves. So we find that the residents that move into University Village are often very educated, people that have planned. There are a lot of planners. So, but they're very busy. We say all the time that, sometimes I say our residents are busier than I am. And it's hard to even get some people to come down, and come down today. I was hoping to get someone, but everyone's schedule is so busy.
Yeah, people are busy. But I also love the creativity that I saw present at the community. Tell me a little more about that. Their creative endeavors.
Yes, well, actually, we just put together a production of Alice in Village Land. We
Wow.
have a drama club, the Village Players. We have the Village Notables, which is a band. There is a writing group. There is and actually 60% of our activities at University Village are resident run. So the arts program is amazing. We feature a different resident artist in our art gallery every month, and we have sculptors and painters, and there's so much. They are very creative. So our residents we have a very active resident board. So they pretty much run the place.
That's nice because that's very empowering. And that's part of aging well, is feeling that they still have that presence in a community and have a voice. And I could see that creativity happening throughout the community. And the apartments were huge. I thought they were huge and decorated so beautifully that you really could imagine your family member choosing University Village.
Mm-hmm. Our resident, we do, University Village is not real estate.
Right.
We realize that people are downsizing from big homes
Right.
that they've lived in for many years. A transition to independent living with a plan in place for the future is usually a much easier transition than waiting too long and moving directly into an assisted living. So this puts the resident in control, and we have apartments, everything from a studio apartment up to a 3-bedroom, 2-bath that are over 1,300 square feet, and villas as well.
That's wonderful. So someone will definitely want to come and see you there. When we come back, we're going to talk a little more about the holidays and then also how someone can be in touch with you maybe for a tour. I'm Kim Linder. You're listening to the Caregiver Hour on 1250 WINS WHNZ.
Caregiving has gotten harder and more complicated, even as families have more and more demands on their time. That's why AARP is here to help caregivers with the tools, information, and support they need to care for their loved ones and themselves. Check out aarp.org/caregiving to connect with other caregivers like yourself and find the resources you need. Visit the AARP Caregiver Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Injured in a car accident or suffering from back and joint pain for a while? Clearly, you need to see a doctor. Call Dr. Ben, a chiropractor with 25 years experience. He listens, he cares, he gets results. His common sense approach? Coaching patients to be self-sufficient and less doctor-dependent. Let's face it, there are many things you can do to improve your health. Call Dr. Ben at 727-488-8044. Mention the Caregiver Hour radio show for a free examination. 727-488-8044. Dr. Ben, your coach to better health. 727-488-8044.
Sometimes I know what I want to say, but just can't find the words.
Last week I shouted at my grandson, and I'm not sure why.
I saw my daughter, but couldn't remember her name.
The sooner you recognize the warning signs of Alzheimer's disease, the sooner you can do something about it. To learn more, go to alz.org/10signs. That's alz.org/10signs. A message from the Alzheimer's Association.
Caregiving can be an overwhelming and stressful experience. Aston Gardens, Tampa Bay's premier senior living community, is excited to be able to support those who care for others. Please join them the third Thursdays of the month at 5:30 p.m. to learn creative problem-solving techniques and caregiving ideas from others who have been in your shoes. Aston Gardens specializes in independent living, assisted living, and memory care. Chosen for the third year in a row by the U.S. Commerce Association for the Best of Tampa Bay Award in residential care. Call 813-855-2811 or visit AstonGardens.com for more info.
Your home is where you feel relaxed, safe, and secure. Arcadia Home Care understands that you want to maintain that freedom and independence, even though you may be recuperating from an injury, illness, or simply require a little support with daily activities of living. You create a plan for your life as you envision it, and you can rest assured Arcadia will provide companionship, personal care, housekeeping, shopping and errands, or whatever you need. They deliver their services with compassion, dependability, and professionalism. Their caregivers are screened, bonded, and insured, and must meet rigorous hiring standards, so you are confident you're receiving the best care possible for you or your loved one. Visit ArcadiaHomeCare.com or call St. Petersburg at 727-579-9414 or Tampa at 813-651-1300 to schedule your free in-home assessment and learn how Arcadia can enhance your quality of life while helping you stay at home and healthier longer. Arcadia Home Care, providing quality services since 1978.
The Caregiver Hour on 1250 Wins WHNZ. It's about taking care of yourself while you take care of others. Here's your host, Kim Linder.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I hope that you are feeling well on this beautiful Monday here in the Tampa Bay area or anywhere in the universe. This show is now universal, which is great because it does attract different caregivers from different parts of the world who maybe have loved ones here in the Tampa Bay area and need to know who are the best, and really who is that person that kind of who can help me really figure out how to take care of my loved ones down in the Tampa Bay area. There are a team of us, but I would love to say that I have this radio show for a reason, and the purpose is really to be out there, to really have that message so that you can connect with me so I can connect you to the best resources and information and guidance. And the people who are our sponsors and our guests really have made that commitment, and I've been very selective of who I put in front of you. So if you are wondering where to go to look for maybe a CCRC, a continuing caring community, you may want to look at University Village because they are a top-notch organization. And that's why we have you on the show. And having you here, Aarene, we're so happy to do that because it's been a long time since we've had a CCRC here on the show. And you're really bringing to light that it is a buy-in community, which is a little different than a freestanding assisted living or memory care. So why don't we just talk a little about that for those caregivers who are coming down for the holidays that may want to try it out with their loved ones while they're down here. Why don't you give us a little more information about that?
Sure. Well, a lot of times seniors ages between, in their mid-70s make the decision on their own to move into University Village. You're right. It is an active, independent coming in. But we do also offer an assisted living, skilled nursing, and rehabilitation as well. So we do have assisted living, and we do offer respite to the community as well. So if you were looking for a place, if you needed to get a break for a few days during the holidays, you can definitely contact us, and we would be able to arrange for a respite visit as well. A lot of times we notice that over the holidays are a time when adult children really kind of notice that maybe mom and dad need a little more help. Right. Maybe they are living in their own home, but maybe you're noticing they haven't really been eating right, or maybe they are taking some of their medications. Just kind of some beginning signs. We would welcome you to come in for a tour. In fact, we are offering a showcase of homes on December 11th, where we have selected multiple of our residents' apartments to open their homes, where you can come in and take a look around. Family members are usually astounded, when they come into University Village. They want to move in as well.
Yeah, it's lovely.
It is. It really is a nice community, and it's great to be part of a social network as well. But being part of a continuing care retirement community gives you so much peace of mind for your loved ones. We check on our residents every morning. So even though they're in independent living, we provide services such as security check-in. We know that they're up and they're moving around every morning. If for some reason they don't, push their button in the morning, we give them a call and check on them. And if they don't answer, we check on them. We have a nurse or an EMT on duty 24 hours a day. to always, meet any needs that come up. And we offer a lot of physician services on campus as well. We partner with Florida Medical Clinic, and we have a neurologist and a cardiologist and an internal medicine doctor, all on campus, keeping clinic hours. So it makes life convenient. It helps caregivers ease the burden of transporting their parents back and forth to doctor's appointments and things like that, because we do offer Lincoln Town Car transportation to your family members' private and professional appointments. That they're eating well-balanced nutritional meals. I think that not only as people age, their circle of friends shrink, but they seem to eat less and less healthier because, quite honestly, cooking for yourself or for two people is a lot of work. And people don't necessarily like to do that. So we have an amazing chef, always well-balanced meals, and dining becomes a social experience. So going down to eat with different friends, making a social connection over a meal is a huge part of the lifestyle at University Village.
Yeah, I love that you're calling it a lifestyle, because so that it's just not managing someone's life, but you're creating a lifestyle for them. Let's go back to the concept of the caregiver coming to visit, and they're seeing some changes. I want them to know that you really are there to educate them and inform them, not to necessarily sell them, that you act as a resource for them. So why don't we talk a little more about that, because I want them to reach out and talk to you, Aarene, because I think that you have a wealth of information, especially since you've been in that community for over 10 years.
Sure. Well, we work with a lot of different communities across Hillsborough and Pinellas County. So, if someone came to us and University Village may or may not be the perfect fit for them, we can definitely send you in the right direction. We work closely with all the other communities in the area as well. I'm not really sure what you're asking,
No, I
Kim.
think I really want them to feel like you're a resource for them.
Absolutely.
If you don't have the answer, you'll find the answer, because like you said, and I thought you did that very gracefully, you said the other communities out there that may be a better fit.
Sure.
And it's all about the caregiver that comes to visit, or the senior couple that comes to visit, or the single senior. How many single seniors choose University Village?
Quite a bit. Quite.
And why do you think that is?
Well, I think exactly for that reason. People, maybe they're not driving anymore. They're not getting out as much. Things like becomes much more accessible to them as they're part of a community. Somebody may really enjoy going out to the theater and to the Tampa Bay Performing Arts. However, living at home alone, they don't ever get to do that. It's too much of a hassle. When you're part of a community, you're just going to sign up on a bus and go with 20 people that have become your friends. So home maintenance is a huge one. It's a lot of work to take care of a home. So, you don't have to worry about that. It's just one of the many reasons.
So what happens if a caregiver comes to see you and they say, I approached my family about them moving or even coming for a tour, and they said, I'm not ready yet. What's your words of wisdom to help them?
We hear that all the time.
Of
Nobody's
course.
ever ready. And, our question is usually, what are you not ready for? Are you not ready for someone to do your weekly housekeeping and provide wet linen service? Are you not ready to see the Nutcracker Ballet in our auditorium, next week in the middle of the afternoon? And, what kind of things are you not ready for? So it's a common misconception that people are giving up their independence, and that's probably the biggest challenge. We offer an overnight visit where prospective residents can come and stay with us for 3 days. And we have you kind of walk around and nonetheless they kind of kick the tires. Get a feel for what it's like to live there. Taste the food.
See the other people.
Talk to the people that live there. And, just kind of wake up in the morning and walk around and walk down to the cafe and get a cup of coffee and see if you'd like to live there.
I think the holiday time would be a great time to do that.
Absolutely spectacular.
Yeah.
Our decorations are amazing.
I can't wait to come see.
We have a group of about 20 residents that have been busy decorating since before Thanksgiving. So
that's great. Well, we love having you here. Why don't we give your information in case someone would like to set up a tour or just ask you for your advice? What is your phone number?
Oh, absolutely. We can be reached at 813-975-5555. 5009. Or you can check us out on the website at www.universityvillage.net.
Okay, that's great.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, and we'll have you come back because maybe there's something else you'll be thinking about after we have this interview with Jim Harris from North Tampa Behavioral Health. There is so much. I'm so excited to have him here and you here together today because this is making the show very dynamic. So stay tuned, and I'm Kim Linder. You're listening to the Caregiver Hour on 1250 WINS WHNZ.
From the Tampa Bay Orthopedic Specialist Studios, 1250 WINS WHNZ, Tampa Bay. Find it anywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
At Alarm Force, we take great pride in giving each of our customers the best value at the best price. In addition to that, we're also committed to providing the best customer service in the industry. Thanks to our ongoing dedication to customer service, we have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We're also proud to say that we're the winner of the Frost & Sullivan Award for Outstanding Customer Service. Call Alarm Force today at 1-800-267-2001 and get a home alarm system with live two-way voice monitoring, installation, activation, and warranty, all at no charge. You pay just $25 per month for monitoring. Plus, you'll also get Alarm Force's award-winning customer service. Join the 250,000 protected by Alarm Force. And remember, without Alarm Force's live two-way voice protection, you're wasting your money.
Call 1-800-267-2001. Alarm Force.
Florida's best choice for home security. License number 2000485.
Hi, I'm Katrina Madewell, host of Tampa Home Talk, right here on 1250 WINS every Saturday at 4 p.m. I'm going to give you market-appropriate, timely information regarding home ownership matters because we want to make your everyday life better. Wherever you are in life, it's our mission to bring you good advice so you can maintain good credit, live within your means, and build wealth. My team and I are passionate about it. Love where you live, or I'll fix it. Tampa Home Talk on 1250 WINS every Saturday at 4.
Do you know what that sound is? That's your new digital marketing department. And that'll be your new web designer. And that's Haibu, where these experts are joined by many more, from web designers to search marketing specialists who work hard to get your business noticed online and on mobile. Best of all, Haibu can do it all for you, or give you the tools to do it yourself. To find out more, go to haibu.com. That's HIBU.com, or call 877-938-HIBU. Oh, that'll be your next new customer. Haibu, made for business.
This report is brought to you by St. Petersburg Power and Sailboat Show.
Ahoy, mates! Don't miss the St. Petersburg Power and Sailboat Show this Thursday through Sunday at the Progressive Energy Center for the Arts and the Happy Theater in downtown St. Pete. It's the Gulf Coast's largest boat show of the year. Go to showmanagement.com for discount tickets and details.
From the Bright House Networks Traffic Center, looks like we're in pretty good shape on the interstates. There's a disabled vehicle westbound on the Polk Parkway at Airport Road taking up a travel lane. An accident in Tampa on Broadway just west of the Columbus Apex at 64th Street. In Dade City, we still have a crash on Clinton Avenue at US 301, but an accident in Lutz on Nebraska at Hayes Road is off to the side. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-545-9595.
1250 WINS weather center forecast. Highs this afternoon getting into the lower 70s. Small chance of showers, about 10% today. Cloudy skies, should see a little sunshine in the afternoon. Lows in the upper 50s, around 60 degrees. We'll jump into the upper 70s for tomorrow. And then upper 70s Wednesday as well. Some low 80s by the end of the week. And into the weekend, staying dry pretty much all week. And we'll see more sunshine by midweek. Wall Street today at 1133. Dow is down 27. Nasdaq red 4. The S&P index up a fraction. Down to 16,058 points. 1250 WINS WHNZ.
The Caregiver Hour on 1250 WINS WHNZ. It's about taking care of yourself while you take care of others. Here's your host, Kim Linder.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Caregiver Hour radio show. We just had someone do an instant message for us. Aarene, You want to put your headphones on?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I thought I wasn't going to be on anymore.
No, well, you're on. Someone asked, hi, Kim, great show. Could you get an age range for residents at University Village?
Absolutely. I think people can come in as young as 60.
Okay.
And we have people up to 102. So, age is just a number at University Village.
I love that because it's a lifestyle too. So that was great.
Absolutely.
Thank you for answering our question. So Jim Harris, I'm so thrilled you're here. You're the CEO at North Tampa Behavioral Health. Well, welcome. I know it's a new community in our community, and we're thrilled to have you here. So welcome.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Let's talk a little about who you are and how did you get involved with North Tampa Behavioral Health?
Well, I've been in social work since 1990. I graduated from Fordham University in social work and have been working in the field ever since, working my way up from being a tech or an assistant in a psych facility in Philadelphia to now being the CEO of North Tampa Behavioral Health. My company that I work for just bought North Tampa Behavioral Health in May of this year. It was about 75% completed at that point in time. So when I arrived, I was working out of a storage room with a lot of dust and a hard hat. And it's now a fully working since October 1st psychiatric hospital. We have, and it's by the way, it's in Wesley Chapel, just 2 miles east of the Wiregrass Mall on State Road 56. There's only 2 or 3 buildings out there, so it's easy to find us once you get to the Wiregrass Mall. So we are a facility that's servicing East Pasco and beyond. All of metropolitan Tampa actually is coming to our front door. But we see ourselves as a Pasco, a community-based facility in Pasco, working with the hospitals around us, the ALFs and nursing homes, the assisted living facilities and nursing homes, and the general community, the people who live in the area, to provide them with various levels of mental health care and treatment. We do market ourselves all the way down to Sarasota and all the way up to the Village.
Okay, that sounds very expansive.
Yes.
I really want to talk about, I've been there. I've seen it. It's state of the art. You've thought of everything, the environment, the programs that you're going to be offering. We definitely want to have have our listeners and our viewers have an idea what age you start with. I think that would be important because there was a young couple in the lobby when I was there that they were admitting someone who was, I think, rather on the young side. And young, I'm talking about 20s.
Yes.
In their life, I think for addictions. I'd overheard that. So I just, I think it'll be really great if we give people an idea of what the population you do serve.
Yeah, we're a 75-bed facility. We have 3 units. We will be addressing on one unit. We'll be providing services for the geriatric or the senior population, and then our other 2 units will be some mix of general adults from 18 years and up. So we service a whole range of ages from 18 years and on. To answer your question.
Okay. And so what happens around the holidays? You've been in this business long enough to know that there's some triggers that happen around the holidays where people end up really needing to have your services. Yeah. What happens? Yeah. How do you see that happening?
That's a great question. The holidays, and it's appropriate for this show, the holidays are for many people, they're great. It's a fun time. Families get together.
Right. With the best intentions.
With the best intentions. There's everything is supposed to be like in the movies that you see around the holidays. However, behind that often is distress, stress, And some people get the blues, and some people decompensate psychiatrically and suffer from severe dysfunction of one kind or another. And we're here to help those people in all those ranges. It brings up, the holidays bring up grief, loss. It's a time when families are supposed to be together. And what comes to mind first thing when you're sitting around the table at Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner or Hanukkah is who's not there.
Mm-hmm.
So there's often elements of loss that work their way into people's happiness, and it can bring them down. There's a great amount of stress on people to spend money, to give gifts, to give great gifts and big gifts and expensive gifts to their children and their families and so on. And sometimes we don't have that money to spend on that. It's a stressful time for people, even though it's supposed to be joyous. And there are all kinds of statistics out there. You can look it up online. But probably a good 20 to 25% of people experience some kind of stress that impacts them emotionally in a negative way during this month.
So let's talk about then how that bridges over to your facility. What do you do? How do you help them? Like, first of all, can someone just call a certain phone line? So what would the phone number be that they would call?
So for general information, our number is 813-922-3300. If you want information about the facility, we're going to put some links up for the holiday season for where people can look to get some guidance and suggestions on how to manage their feelings during this time. It's www.northtampabehavioralhealth.com. So there are several ways that you can get in touch with us to ask more about what our services are, how to be admitted to one of the levels of service we provide. And essentially, we provide 4 levels of service in the facility. We're an inpatient hospital level of care, which means that you come in and you stay short-term, 5 to 10 days typically is the length of stay, depending on what your trouble is. We also have the next level of care, which is a partial hospital program, which is the step down from the inpatient level of care. So you come in the morning, we have transportation, we have food there, you come in the morning, you can see a doctor, a social worker, a nurse, and so on, and then you leave in the afternoon only to come back the next day. It's a short-term, week to 2 week kind of a thing. And then there's IOP, Intensive Outpatient Program, which is several groups a day, 3 days a week, let's say, where you still remain in touch with the hospital and the services we provide. But again, you're integrating more and more out of the acute care and into the community. And then finally, we are starting a mobile assessment team, which was part of the certificate of need in order for us to be able to have this hospital here. The county asked us to provide a mobile assessment team for mental health related issues, to provide services of various kinds to assisted living facilities and the hospitals and so on in the area. We've been talking with the sheriff's office about how we can work with them as well.
That's great.
And then finally, I just would like to say that eventually, sometime in the first quarter of next year, we ought to be certified or licensed as a Baker Act and a Marchman Act receiving facility, which means that people who no longer are able to decide for themselves, let's say, that coming to the hospital is the right thing for them to do and they're at risk of harming themselves, the police or a social worker or a doctor can Baker Act them and commit them to the hospital for a short period of time for evaluation.
Well, your company must have done extensive research to, you're very targeted, but you're also very broad. And I love that because you're really covering so many bases. And there really is nothing out there. Like you said, you're one of the buildings that are up there in that area. And that area is growing.
Yes.
And I would think there's a lot of rural people, too. And that mobile unit, I didn't know if that would also be available for them, like if there would be different health centers or doctor's offices where
Yes.
they know that you're coming on a certain day so they can have their patients get screened?
Yeah, we haven't. It has not matured yet. It has not
Right.
evolved to the point where it's a functional program at this point. And we're working with the community, with the providers in the area, to do what we can to provide them with the service they need. There's no sense in us doing something that they don't need.
Right.
So, we've only been open since October 1st, and we are just, in addition to just figuring out how to work together as a team,
Right.
how to function fluidly, how to provide great services to the people who are in our hospital.
Yes.
We also need to just have a dialogue, an open dialogue with the various folks in the community, get to know what their issues and concerns and needs are, and we'll be there for them. We want to be a component, a member, a strong component of the community.
Why don't we give them your phone number one more time, Jim?
Sure, that's 813-922-3300, and go to northtampabehavioralhealth.com for more information.
Jim, thank you so much. We will have you come back right after the break, and we have a special guest as well. I'm Kim Linder. You're listening to the Caregiver Hour on 1250 WINS WHNZ.
If you or a loved one experience bladder control problems, here's important news.
For more than 5 years now, the nice ladies at the Caregiver Partnership have taken the time to understand my needs, suggest the best choices of bladder control products for me, and always get the right product delivered to my door fast and with free shipping.
To get started, simply call 800-985-1353 for your free catalog and $60 in coupons. Many people just like you trust the Caregiver Partnership for convenient home delivery of bladder control products, and they have more than 500 to choose from. Call now. The call is free, shipping is free, and your satisfaction is guaranteed.
The Caregiver Partnership treats me like family and really knows their stuff, and they keep my business private.
Call 1-800-985-1353 now to receive your free catalog with $60 in coupons. That's 1-800-985-1353. Call now. The voice in the preceding advertisement is not the voice of an actual customer.
We all know that life can change quickly, and when an elderly loved one suddenly needs in-home care, there's one trusted name you can count on at a moment's notice: Senior Helpers. Senior Helpers is a national leader in professional in-home senior care. They specialize in companionship, personal care, and even dementia care using their unique Senior Gems approach. Find out how they can help you today. Call them at 727-210-1414. Senior Helpers, comfort and care at a moment's notice. Enjoy life at the Barrington, Largo's premier senior community. The Barrington, the resort lifestyle you deserve at a price you could afford. Life at the Barrington is truly senior living at ease, complete with chef-prepared meals, an activities director, and transportation to your favorite spots. Independent and assisted living homes are available now by calling the Barrington at 727-217-5681. Call the Barrington at 727-217-5681 to schedule your tour of their pet-friendly senior community today.
Hi, it's Kim Linder from the Caregiver Hour. I want to tell you about an attorney in Clearwater that I have known for over 7 years. His name is Bill Rambaum, and I have referred many families to him for his legal expertise. Bill is one of less than 100 attorneys to be evaluated by the Florida Bar and become certified as a specialist in elder law. His 30 years of experience and impeccable credentials make him one of the most highly regarded legal experts in our area. Give Bill a call today at 727-781-5357 or visit rambaumlaw.com. Non-attorney spokesperson.
Family Caregivers, it's new and just for you. The Caregivers Resource Helpline, a free service brought to you by the Caregiver Hour radio show. If you've got questions about anything related to caregiving, you can call the helpline 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Speak directly to dozens of caregiving experts on topics like what to do about caregiver burnout, how to best protect your family's assets, when to keep your loved one at home, or get assistance with a managed care facility, and much, much more. You can even speak to a caregiver coach. Call the Caregiver Resource Helpline today at 1-877-552-4950 to help you take the stress out of caregiving.
It's the Caregiver Hour on 1250 WINS WHNZ with encouragement, guidance, and support for caregivers. Here's your host, Kim Linder.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Caregiver Hour radio show. We all either have a cough or a cold here at the show today, so if you heard some coughing, that was someone did have a little coughing spell, but we're all taking care. We're all sucking on some lozenges so that we can feel better. I hope that you're feeling good and that you've been enjoying the show. We have been talking about making the holidays the best they can be, but we know that sometimes it can be challenging. And I want, we have another guest, excuse me. Crystal is here, and Crystal, you are our little secret weapon of a guest, so welcome to the Caregiver Hour radio show.
Thank you, Tim.
You're welcome. It was wonderful seeing you at the Dream Workshops, and now we have you on today. Can you tell people about the services that you offer, because they may have a loved one who needs your services?
Yes, Kim, thank you. TLC Medical Supplies is a specialized medical boutique that is a resource for caregivers regarding products that have to do with a support hose, compression, post-surgery recovery, incontinence, mastectomy, and other fall prevention products. We have a Clearwater store, as well as we also do in-home service whenever it is necessary.
So let's talk a little about the in-home service. What does that look like exactly?
Well, we have an actual location where people can come and get a free consultation and free fitting for products and services.
Okay.
But sometimes due to ailment or inconvenience, patients cannot come to us, so we have them just pick up the phone and schedule an appointment, and we go to them, wherein we offer the same service. Obviously, you don't have the array of products there, but we get a general idea of what their needs are and even take the product to them if possible, so that they can actually have it at the same day.
That's wonderful. That's a great customer service, actually. Crystal, can you tell us a little more also? You were talking about the products at home, but also the assessment is so important. Do you visit with people in rehab before they're discharged or at the hospital?
Yes, depending on how a person comes to us, generally we get a lot of referrals from either caregivers or physicians that had to recommend a product. In particular, I'll use as an example, support stockings, which are a product that is known to be difficult sometimes for certain patients. And we do, in cases like that, we do assess the patient to make sure they know how to put it on, how to take care of it, how to take it off, any aspect, even before and after we leave and have done that assessment, always make sure we provide contact information for them to be able to pick up the phone and say, I forgot what you told me when you were here.
Right.
Can you walk me through it again? And we do.
That's wonderful. So if someone wants more information about TLC Medical Supplies, can you give them your information?
Sure. We're located in Clearwater. Address is 2753 State Road 580 in Clearwater. And our phone number is 727-444-0909.
Well, thank you so much for being a sponsor for the Dream Workshop and being our guest on the radio show today. You're welcome to stay on with our other guests as well. I don't know if you've been listening to the show, but we've been talking about the holidays.
Yes, great show. Thank you very much. I will be listening.
Good. If you want to pipe in, just feel free to do that. We're going to go back to Aarene, who's with University Village. You were thinking maybe a story that our listeners may hear and get a visual about why they should maybe consider having their loved one come look at University Village.
Well, I think, especially around now, nobody really wants to be alone during the holidays. So it would be a great opportunity to bring people over just kind of for a fun event.
Right.
Our Showcase of Homes is going to be wonderful. We'll probably open about a dozen residence apartments rather than just seeing a model. And the community is beautifully decorated. We'll have some entertainment and a chef-prepared meal. So it's a great time to come over and just kind of get a feel for the community and the warmth that is there. So I think that people really can get an opportunity to talk to some of the people that live there and see if it's a lifestyle that might be something that's good for them.
I think that was a really clever idea that they're seeing not the model, but they're actually seeing the residents, because then they'll see their pictures, they'll see their interests, and then that way they can get the visual of maybe seeing their stuff in their new home. I think that
absolutely,
was really
and it's always good for people to connect with their peers and see, why they made the decision to move to that community. And
right. And you have your assisted living. Do they see the assisted living as well?
We do. It depends on, the need of the client.
Right.
And, if that's something that they want to do at that time. At the Showcase of Homes, we can definitely arrange, if somebody wants to see the assisted living, to do that as well.
Now, I know it's a buy-in, a CCRC. Can someone come in midstream, so to speak, if they just need assisted living and then they need the rehab, or do they have to always start and you're independent?
No, we do. We can take somebody in into our assisted living, and we do take people into our rehabilitation as well that are discharged from the hospitals.
Okay, that's really important. How would someone be in touch with you then, if they'd like more information?
Sure. Well, you can definitely request some information on our website, which is a great place to go because there's resident testimonials and videos that you can see from our community, which are all residents in those videos at www.universityvillage.net, or please give us a call at 813-975-5009.
Perfect.
Thank you.
And please let them know that you heard it on the Caregiver Hour radio show. I want to just go back now to, Aarene, was there anything else you wanted to say? No?
No, I don't.
You feel complete?
Yes.
That's great. I'm so glad. Jim, we want to come back to you. Jim Harris, the CEO of North Tampa Behavioral Health. We were talking about this is a tough time for families. It's a good time, and it also can be a challenging time. Do you have a story or a tip you can help our listeners or viewers?
Well, usually working at the inpatient level of care, we hear about some of the more severe situations. People being brought in by the police or just being completely out of control, fights and so on. So there are some extreme examples of discordant families or dysfunctional families. Right. But again, that's not necessarily the only reason that people seek help or come into a behavioral health facility like North Tampa Behavioral Health. It's what we're working with is somebody who is typically close to or in crisis. And people during this time or any time, our treatment is individualized, and whether you're coming in because of the holiday blues or whether it's just a bad time of the year for you, no matter what time of the year it is, we're providing an individualized service to that person, and it's really everybody who comes in has a different story, a different scenario, a different reason that has triggered them to come in. And the one thing I want to do is stay away from sort of cookie cutter type generalizations about why people are in a hospital. It's really your depression, my depression, and somebody else's depression all is triggered differently. It looks different. It's treated differently. And what our goal is, what our mission is to help you specifically as an individual with that. So there are terrible stories that we hear. Thanksgiving dinners that end in knife fights, or police come in to break up a fight and Baker Act somebody. I've worked in many states, and it happens time and time again. But really, what it boils down to, effective treatment, is when the provider, us, when we are working with you to figure out what is going on with you and how can we help you get back into control the control that you've lost. So.
Well, Jim, I'm thrilled you were on today. Thank you so much for being our guest.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And Aarene, also, what a pleasure to see you and have you here on the show. If someone wants to be in touch with you, Jim, really quickly, how does someone call to get information?
813-922-3300, or go to NorthTampaBehavioralHealth.com.
Have a beautiful week, and we will be again in touch with you next Monday. And in the meantime, do something really kind to yourself And maybe when you're shopping, buy something something for yourself as well, to remind that you have that you're someone who's important in your life, in our lives as well. I'm Kim Linder. You're listening to the Caregiver Hour on 1250 WINS WHNZ.
The opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during the preceding program are not those of WHNZ AM, its staff, management, or parent